Yesterday our Siberian husky lost all feeling in her back 2 legs, and we rushed her to the hospital thinking it was possibly a slipped disc. Turns out it was a spinal stroke. This video is going to be a recovery video of trying to get mobility back to our dog's back legs. We just arrived to pick her up. Wanted to say thank you to the YouTube community for stepping up to help us in our time of need yesterday, as we were trying to come up with the funds to get her the CT scans that she needed to proceed to what we could do to help her. It was an amazing thing that we were able to reach out, go live, and ask for your support, and I really appreciate you being there for us. We're going to take you with us on the recovery of Sequoia. Keep us in your prayers that she has a recovery where she's able to walk again. Have you met Sequoia? This is our other dog. Her name is Sequoia, like the redwood, because she has a red tint to her.
Okay, awesome. Sorry about the wait there, just trying to get everything figured out for you. So I'm going to go over what I can, and then I have a friend of mine help with just showing you how to like express her bladder and things like that, because she's still just not able to do that on her own. So as far as her diagnosis or whatever, we're basically thinking it's fibrocartilaginous embolism, FCE, which is basically a contusion or a bruising of the spinal cord. So, you know, next possible steps could go to Portland to do an MRI, otherwise just continued supportive care of her is the best way to go forward. There is some additional information here about her condition, if that's helpful. As far as going home, we're sending you home with gabapentin, so this is but definitely within the next week, just work on these at home rehab exercises, and making sure that she gets out to walk several times a day.
How was his appetite, water intake?
Alrighty, so I can bring you guys back into a room back here, and then I'll bring Sequoia in and a friend of mine to help kind of show you a couple of these things, okay? Alright, come on back.
So these were, I think, who was.
Yeah, the article you sent me said that like the worst is over if it is what the doctors say it is. Like at this point she won't get any worse. Yeah. And she could possibly start regaining strength and feeling in her legs over time.
Yeah, just gonna take patience.
Just crazy how instant this was. It's like she was fine and then she wasn't.
Totally, she was literally fine when I let her outside, and then she came back in and followed me around for a few minutes, totally fine, just like normal, and go on the couch, and that was it. We got to bring her home, that's what matters.
Well, we identified by coming here what wasn't wrong, because a lot of the scenarios required immediate action. Like it was a slipped spinal disc. It would need to be corrected or she would lose all feeling in her back legs. That sounds like her. Hi. Sequoia. girl.
The best girl. Best girl.
Sequoia says thank you, YouTube, for helping her. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, now I get to go home and spoil you. Get you some treats. Get you some rest and some cuddles. Picking up a few things to spoil Sequoia when we bring her home. And the pet store is having an adoption event today. All these puppies going to new homes. Oh. Anyways, I'm getting lots of good stuff for Sequoia. I'm looking for things that will keep her from getting bored so she can be mentally stimulated while she's at home. I've gotten some super cute, extra durable dog toys because they are very aggressive chewers. They can chew through anything. Some bones, so when she gets home she can be comfortable and happy and loved, and we can start this road to her recovery.
Be gentle.
Sequoia's hurt, we gotta be extra careful with her. Good girl.
Good girl, Sequoia. Okay, I want you to lay down.
Give me this. Give her some space.
Can you pull Mika back there and close the gate? Want some water, girly? Can you reach that? What's this?
It's like a puzzle, so you put treats inside and you have to figure out how to get them out. It's super tough and it squeaks somehow, but it's really hard.
Cool.
And it's a turtle. I thought it was cute. Your squeaks too. See, it's fluff and tough.
Good girl, Sequoia.
The irony is not lost on me that Sequoia possibly needs to see a neurologist. And I am also going to see a neurologist. Good girl. Yeah, Sequoia, owie. She's hurt. You gotta be really gentle and careful with her. Yeah. She's gonna get better though.
Hey guys, I wanted to give you a quick update on the story of my dog Sequoia. Sequoia is my 7-year-old Siberian husky that you may have seen in some of my episodes in the past. And you know Mika. Mika's been on my boat with me and stuff like that. But Sequoia, she kind of stays at home more often. She's not as agile as Mika is, and actually gets kind of car sick, so she prefers to be home. Now yesterday, I was at a gig over in Redmond for a company I work for and taking photos, and I got a call from Chelsea, and she said that Sequoia collapsed off the couch, unable to move her rear legs or her tail. I rushed home, saw that Sequoia was in dire need of some kind of emergency help, and we rushed her to our veterinarian before they closed, and they did an x-ray on Sequoia. They came to the conclusion that she did not have any breaks in her spine or her legs, and that we needed to see a specialist. So then we went on to see another specialist in town, which was an emergency veterinarian clinic that specialized in surgeries, and they said they wanted to do a CT scan on her. We said, great, let's do the CT scan, let's figure out what's wrong with Sequoia. And that is where they presented us with a bill for $7,500, saying that if we wanted to start treatment, that we needed to pay upfront in full $7,500. As some of you may have been in this situation before, this becomes a fork in the road of, are we going to come up with this money immediately? Or are we going to take the risk of doing nothing and seeing if this gets better on its own? With the articles that Chelsea and I read, doing nothing was the worst thing we could do. It meant you were gambling with permanent paralysis, and not acting in ways that could save her legs. Now, yes, a dog being in a little wheelchair and living a happy life is possible, and I'm sure Sequoia could, do great in that scenario. Now, these hospitals do offer like a credit card for pets, and Chelsea and I did apply for that. It's called Care Credit. We were not approved for the full amount, just a very small partial amount, and so coming up with the rest of the $6,000 was still something that we were unable to do. I did call some friends, but we're, hardworking people trying to make a living and care for our families, and nobody was able to loan me $6,000 over a phone call, which I don't blame them for that. It's a lot of money to come up with. Chelsea and I sat in the truck and talked about what our options were, and it came between doing nothing. She even talked about you can surrender a dog and they'll give them the care and then adopt them out. This was not an option for me. Some people said pawn your truck, pawn your car, and yeah, I would have done that. That was my next thing. If I was unable to come up with the money, things would just start being sold. I got guitars, I got cameras. When it comes to family, which our pets are, I'd do anything. So that was the start of my live stream, was a plea for help from you guys. It was intense, it was emotional, it was real, and you saw live the power this community has. We raised $10,000 in 38 minutes. And Sequoia was able to get her CT scan almost immediately. Now, one, thank you. That was absolutely amazing, and I'm still shocked that that was even possible. Two, I'm sure you're all dying to hear what happens next. As you saw in the beginning of this video, Sequoia's not better, but the CT scan was able to identify that she does not have a broken spine or a slipped disc, and that this was most likely caused by a dog stroke in the spine, which with physical therapy can possibly result in her walking again. So that alone and her overnight stay cost about $2,500. We did not go through with the surgery because it was not needed or recommended by the doctor, and so we did raise more money than we needed. And because some of the donations were non-refundable that they were saying, that were over the phone, those were actually the funds that they used first. The CT scan and overnight stay ended up costing around $2,500, and we raised, I think, $2,600 through over the phone donations. So there may have been a little bit left on the table there through the phone-in calls, like $100, but that goes directly into like an overflow account for stray dogs, they said. But my point is that we did not have to spend the $7,000 that we raised, or the $10,000 that we raised. I wanted to make this video to be transparent with you, that money is still in my account, and we are going to be using that for the physical therapy of Sequoia, and it's going to be a long, hard battle, months of manually carrying her out to try to use the restroom, trying to take her to physical therapy and a little doggy pool of trying to get her legs to work again. It's going to be a full-time job, and I'm sure it'll be expensive. We're also super spoiling her. I made her some chicken for dinner tonight, and Chelsea got her some toys, and we're trying to take really good care of her. And just wanted to say thank you for giving us the ability to take the best care of our dog, Sequoia. I do want to make regular posts trying to keep you guys updated on this. It seemed like you were interested in hearing the rest of the story, so that's why I'm making this video here. And I really, really pray and hope that sometime soon in the future I can make a video with Sequoia and Mika playing together, running around. That'd be really awesome. But if in the future it's me, making a doggy wheelchair out of PVC pipes or something, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I also wanted to address the scenario of not everyone has a following and a community where they can ask for help like this successfully. And I know that this scenario may be familiar to a lot of people who maybe, their cat got hit by a car or something of that sort, or they rushed it to emergency and they were unable to afford the bills. I don't feel like I'm anyone special, that I deserved my pet to be helped out of everybody else. But I am grateful that everyone was willing to help me and my family. And I'm thankful for you and helping my family. It kind of frustrates me that after the CT scan was done and everything, played out, that we didn't need the $7,000, that we only really needed $2,500. And I feel like we could have come up with that. So it's kind of frustrating that they make you pay such a huge sum of money up front, stopping you from getting the care that your pet needs. And it really sucks that other people may be in the situation where their pet did not get the care they needed. And it bothers me. I do understand that, you can't ask for these life-saving skills and equipment and not be willing to, put something on the table to pay for it, because it's expensive, paying doctors and paying specialists and surgeons, it's expensive. I understand that. It just was frustrating that somebody else that may need help for their pet cannot meet, the paywall of $7,000, when in reality the the bill only comes out to be $2,000, which they could have possibly come up with easier. I feel like something needs to be done about that. Yes, pet insurance is a thing, and definitely we will be investing into pet insurance in the future. I'd never thought about it in the past, but now seeing how expensive bills can get for your pet, you know, just like health insurance, pet insurance. Maybe an organization in the future can, you know, sponsor pets, or people can pay it forward and help other pets. And maybe that's what we can do with the additional funds that we raised. I'm not sure how to do that, but we can have a conversation about it. Maybe donate to the SPCA or something. But I just feel empathy for others who may have been in this position and didn't have the tools of calling on their huge community of friends. If you feel the same way I do, and you have some good ideas of what we can do with the additional funds after helping Sequoia, let's talk about it. And let's do the right thing and try to, you know, pay this forward and pass it on. This is just day one of Sequoia's recovery. And in the future, when we have more progress, I'll make another update video. But I just really wanted to say thank you and be transparent with you guys and say, you know, you had my back yesterday, and you were there for me and my family, and that meant so much to me. And I have the ability to turn a camera on and edit a video together quickly. I don't take it for granted. I want to be able to have an open communication line with my followers, and I want you guys to get to know me and my family and to trust us. I do have some other videos coming out in the future about scuba diving, about sonar and boats and fishing and outdoors, and I have a lot of exploration to do, and I want to take you with me on these stories. But this is a story I did not see coming. I'm just kind of adapting and trying to include you guys with what's going on in my life. With all that said, I thank you for being here and for supporting this channel. I just wanted to throw this quick video together to say thank you for the fans that were able to come to my aid yesterday. My name is Josh Cantu. Have a good evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Here you go. Nice walking.
Good job.
This way.
Sequoia.
Good walking.